This episode isn't fear mongering, it's just straight up reality check. By the end, you will know exactly how to protect your money. Let's get into it. So, the trade war is here, it's not subtle. I watched the US announcement live, and I swear it was like watching a high school group project fall apart in real time. Trump walks out with a chart that looked like it was made in Microsoft Paint. It listed that don't even exist. I probably had a couple of countries in there. I never heard the name of them. Had tariffs on items the US don't even produce. Like, for example, bananas. Yes, bananas. The US doesn't grow bananas, never has. You can't grow them in Minnesota, you can't grow them in Montana. That's not protectionism. That's straight up inflation, jacking up prices for no reason, and it's not going to stop there. Now, let's talk about Canada. Some folks are saying, oh, it's not so bad. It's just tariff on steel and autos. Really? Because those just happen to be our two biggest industries, steel and aluminium, huge in Ontario and Quebec. Autos, that's 600,000 jobs. That isn't a bump in the road, it's wrecking ball coming straight towards you. And instead of calming things down, what do? Carney fires back by putting 25% tariffs on cars coming into Canada from the US. You know where 85% of our cars come from. You know where 85% of our cars come from. That's right, US. So now, if you want a Ford F-150, a Chevy Silverado, even a Ram 1500, you're probably going to pay 25% more. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We just made life more expensive for ourselves while trying to win a trade war we can't even afford to be in. And here's where the delusion gets even more dangerous. Our leadership, especially Carney, is out there on world stage, handshake parade, Macron in France, Starmer in UK, Schulz in Germany, smiling for cameras, pledging unity, and yeah, it looks impressive, but I've got news for you. None of those people are lifting a finger to actually help Canada. Zero. France won't let our wine in. Britain won't even let our cheese in. Europe is one of the most protectionist markets on the planet. Their entire economy is built on, well, we protect our own, and they're not going to help Canada just out of a jam. And every time Carney talks about increasing trade with Europe, I ask, trade what? They don't want our cars, they don't need our steel, they don't even want our food. They've got a regulatory wall, in fact taller than CN Tower. The only thing they'd actually take is our energy, liquefied natural gas. The Germany literally came begging for it, but instead of saying yes, what did our leadership do with it? Our leadership shrugged it off. Well, it was Trudeau then, and they said there's no business case, no pipelines, no plans. And let's not forget, just few days ago, Carney still supported Bill 69, which kills our pipeline growth. So even the one export we could use to build real trade with Europe, we blocked ourselves from doing it. And the liberals under Carney, if they get elected, they're not gonna build a pipeline across at the Atlantic coast, which is again gonna hurt Canada. So the next time you hear a politician say Europe's going to come and help us stand up to the US, well, your answer should be simple. I call that bullshit. Okay, now let's talk about something that's 100% in your control. That's your mortgage. Right now, the 5-year fixed rates have dipped into mid to high threes. Depending upon your situation, you could be looking at starting at 3.64 to 3.89 for 5-year fixed rates. And these are one of the lowest rates we have seen in over 2 years, maybe since May 2022. Let me put this in perspective. Just 18 months ago, people were renewing the mortgages at like 5.49 or like even over 6 at times. Some had to sell their homes because the mortgage payments were becoming unaffordable. So if you're currently sitting on a variable at 4.25 or higher, this could be your moment. This is what I have been saying for a year. Stick with a variable until you get 3 in front of fixed. And look, it's there. And people say, and look, I get it. People say, but what if the rates go even lower? What if I wait and save 0.25%? Well, stop. That logic already burned tens of thousands of people, because once the Bank of Canada starts hiking again, and they will if the inflation rears its head, the fixed rates will shoot up fast and you will wake up, the 3.78% you could have locked in would be gone. And here is what you should do. Call your lender right now and ask them to convert into a potentially 5-year fixed. And if they offer 4.29%, you try to push back and try to bring it under 4%. Shop around RBC, CIBC, TD. They're all offering sub 4% for some qualified buyers. Shop around RBC, CIBC, TD. They're all offering sub 4% for qualified borrowers. And if your lender won't match, switch. The penalty in most cases is only 3 months interest. Most people will come out ahead in under a year, and you don't have to guess where the interest rates are going. Just ask yourself, would you regret not locking in if they hit 5.5% again? If the answer is yes, take a deal now. Don't wait for perfect. Lock in good enough to protect your future. So here's your Canadian reality check. We're in a trade war. We didn't ask for it. It's Mr. Trump doing whatever the hell he's doing, but it's going to hit us hard. Europe, they'll shake hands. They will even do Photoshop with us, but they will not save us. And yes, we have the oil and gas that they need, and we should sell that to them and help our economy while the demand is there. And you have got one of a very good shot to lock in your mortgage at this point under 4%. I think you should not miss it. If this episode helped you, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. What do you think? Are we sleepwalking into economic chaos, or it's still time to pivot? Until then, catch you next time.